What up, my freaks? Ruinous Insight here with another Battlefleet Gothic Armada 2 Skalgrim Mod Skirmish. So as we saw last time, we tried a sort of coordinate fleet that focused on Daemonic Infestation. This time it's going to be a little bit of a part 2 to this, as I wanted to try a massive fleet battle with essentially the exact same fleet, but, greater. 10 battleship renders, 16 murder cruisers, and 62 infidel escorts. Primary objective here is going to be two things. One, to test out how this works out in massive fleets, but two, to combine Demonic Infestation with Many-Eyed Prophet. Now, this will weaken our fleet to some degree, well, actually to a fairly decent degree, because we will no longer be using Khorne Berserkers, as unlike the campaign, we are limited to 2 upgrades here. And based on a comment on the previous episode, the Many-Eyed Prophet, I'd like to try this out, as the comment was that the Demonic Infestation is based on the range of the identification range, as opposed to any specific range, which means combining these two will increase significantly the amount of boarding actions performed by all of these suicidal escorts that we're going to use, fire ships or whatever you want to call them. Unfortunately, as I said, without Khorne Berserkers, which increases the critical assault chance by 50% here, the renders and the murders will not be nearly as powerful in terms of the boarding actions that they can output, but hopefully this will nonetheless be a pretty good effect. It would be really cool to be able to see this with all three upgrades, but oh well. I'd still love to test it. Would it be more fair to test it in a non-massive fleet with the Many-Eyed Prophet instead of the Khorne Berserkers? Maybe, but I just really want to try this out of the massive fleet. I don't know whether my computer is going to be able to handle it, though. Either way, we're going to go to Tyranids. We're specifically going to face the Tyranids here because I do believe it should be the most difficult matchup for this fleet. I mean, who else would it be? I mean, it's a Coordinate fleet, which thrives in close combat, and the Tyranids really, really thrive in close combat as well, so let's find out. As in, let's find out how well this goes for us. Alright, that's a lot of renders. Can't even see any escorts because we have so many ships. This is going to be, I fear, nearly impossible to control. We also have to keep the renders in... Oh my lord, okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm not even sure how the hell we're gonna deal with this, i.e. the controls of it. Did I select all of you guys, or did I select some renders? No, it looks like I might have been able to select all the little tiny escorts. Beautiful. Alright, so you guys are gonna be group 3. I'm gonna set you all to brace, and then I guess we control all the other ships together. I don't see any other way to do it, because it's gonna take me like half an hour to select them all, and I just, honestly, I don't feel like it. Yeah. You guys need to stay back as well. Oh, and we also have to be careful about moving the renders up so far that they'll just screw everybody over. Alright, so we'll set you guys as group 1 then. And then we're going to set you to lock on, because we will maintain some distance this time. Just a little bit, I think, at the start. Now, let's get to it. I want to immediately launch a bunch of torps. And, oh yeah, the lag. Well, we predicted the lag. Hopefully it'll decrease as we play. Now, I want you renders to launch your torps all the way from here. Why now? Because the escorts are not in the way yet.
Ready.
And they will be in the way eventually. Now, I want the escorts to move there, so let's also get all your torps out of the way first. See how much we can do. Nice little overlapping fire here. Let's move this. Oh, that was a little bit too close. Well, hopefully it'll hit something else. What do we have here, by the way? We have a Hive Ship Fiend, we have a Pyroclastic Titan, we have a Behemoth. One of each. Lovely. Absolutely love it. Let's get an Auger Probe out there as well. And we're just gonna keep back, keep launching the torps until we're out of them. And then we'll go after. At least with the escorts. Yeah, you guys... Well, they're not... Wait, are they not launching... Now, they've launched some, just not a lot. Alright, get another spread of torps right there. I really do wish that these were boarding torps or melted torps or something along those lines.
For the ruinous powers!
But it's okay. There we go, more torps and even more torps in a couple seconds. They're really not doing much right now. But oh well, what can you do? Let's do something like that. Hopefully that hits something. Alrighty, and I believe with that we'll send our escorts forth.
Speed set.
Alright, here we go. Some of their smaller ships are taking damage, although I'm no longer sure whether that is due to the enemy ramming itself or not. Oh, here come the fighters. Do we set you guys to... You know what? No. We have one more spread of torps that we can
Enemy
use
ship sighted.
before we start... Oh, there we go, an actual enemy ship got destroyed. Beautiful. All of you, head out here. It's time for boarding actions.
Enemy ship sighted.
And yeah, you know what? Do we brace? Nah. Just, you guys face this way. Yeah, you know, it's going to be almost impossible to control this, as I said. Alright, everybody in here, everybody in here. Annoy the vast majority of the enemy fleet. Where are they, by the way? Yeah, there's a good amount here, so you all need to get over here. And all of you need to not die on the sides over here. You need to die where the main fleet is. I'm going to tell the rest of our fleet to sort of control itself and do its own thing, but first we need all of our fire ships in on what we're doing here. There we go, there we go. Keep boarding, keep boarding. At least you guys are making a decent showing of it with your attacks, despite the fact that some of you are covered in gargoyles. Ooh, and you're getting lit on fire there. There we go. At least we destroyed a ship, and keep going, fire ships. Keep going. Keep annoying the enemy.
Escort craft lost.
This does really seem like an annoying tactic. It is kind of funny. This probably doesn't do much. Yeah, it really does not do much to the Titans at all, does it? Like 14 boarders and not boarders that have exceptional troops or anything like that. Just regular old weak. Yeah. So that might not be as worthwhile. But against the smaller ships, oh, looks like we lost a little ship out here. Cute. I honestly was not paying attention to it because you guys are busy firing on everything else. It's actually working out quite well just by virtue of the fact that the enemy is kind of stopped here. Stopped it. Oh, that death scream was amazing. The enemy's kind of just stopped here firing and trying to kill escorts. Oh man. Yeah, and I think that more than anything is what's bad for the enemy, not the troop action. Just because once again the Titans are fine. They're absolutely fine. How are you doing?
Detected.
Yeah, hull breach is detected. I get it. I get it. You can repair, please.
Repair my ship, or else.
You can execute. Group 1, do you need to do anything, or are you okay? Honestly, kind of tempted to have you all attack this. No. Stay in broadsides at max. Oh, are you guys too far for broadside? No. Okay, fine. Don't turn in such a way that you can't fire. There we go. Now the fire rate is coming in. Yeah, so the Titans, they wouldn't have been boarded at all. What are you guys? You're battle cruisers. Interestingly enough, it's pretty much only the Titans left, so it's basically whether we can manage to kill Titans with what we have. Oh, you know what? You're an admiral, and I don't want you to die, because the rest of our ships will rout, so I think make you a separate group. Let's make you group 2, and get you the hell out of here. Everybody else, I think we're going to set you to auto-engage, and start boarding everybody. I mean, you're not going to board them to death, but you might board them enough. And ready to move. Do your own thing. There you go. Enjoy. We just have to get the keep the admiral out of harm's way, I think. In fact, everybody, I want you all to go to reload now, I think. And I also want you all to use encouraging speech. Oh no, I forgot about this. That's gonna be a problem. The psychic scream. Do we let it hit us? Oh, the admiral started mutinying. Oh man, yeah. This Titan is chasing us around. We still have plenty of ships on the field, like a lot of ships from over here. You guys move out here. And our admiral routed off the field. Yeah. Well, that's a problem, but otherwise, here comes the Psychic Scream. Kind of excited for it. I'm not even gonna move the ships out of the way. It is certainly a trap. A Psychic Trap. There we go. That's a lot of mutinies in execution. And do it. I mean, we have no choice here. They keep screaming and it's really funny. Do we scuttle you? Nah, it's probably not worth it. Everybody. There we go. How are we doing? Alright, the enemy Titan is dead. We still have a decent-sized fleet out here. Yeah, I really should have, I should have started to keep the Admiral back earlier. We still have some torps available as well that I haven't used. Hit that. And, ooh, that was a beautiful ram by the Hive Ship Fiend there. Boarded up. Boarded up. You scuttle yourself. You are mutinying for good, and I guess you're gonna get scuttled by your friend. But I think we do have this in the bag. We were able to destroy most of the enemies after all. What did I tell you guys to go into? What kind of range did I tell these guys to go into? I don't even. Okay, 4.5. Yeah, I didn't want them to ram the enemy because they'll be doing a very good job of ramming stuff themselves. All right, how are we doing out here? That hive ship is okay, but this hive ship fiend is very much not okay. You execute. Yeah, these guys are running away. That's okay. Everybody, repair. Repair as best you can. Should probably transfer troops over to you. There you go. Enjoy. And it looks like we won pretty handily. But yeah, so here's what I was about to say. Since in this particular case we were unable to actually use the Corn Berserker's trait, and man, the AI when it controls its own ships.
Incompetence. We cannot fight on.
Yeah, incompetence. I agree entirely. Incompetence. When the AI controls it. Yeah, they all move really close together to each other, which we can see when the AI does it. But what I was about to say, or what I was in the middle of saying here,
Reporting.
and one of the reasons I don't want to control it is just to watch what's happening, but
Incompetence. We cannot fight
we
on.
were able to send a bunch of those escorts to annoy the enemy, right? But most of that time, the rest of our fleet wasn't really firing or contributing that much. What we could have done is built the exact same fleet, but not have it be a Cornate fleet, i.e. specifically have it be a long-range fleet, like a Zinj fleet or a Slanesh fleet, and fill it up with lances instead of broadside well, broadside regardless, but fill it up with lances instead of macros. And that would have allowed us to still annoy the giant pile of enemies, because once again we don't have the Corn Berserkers, but still actually continue to fire on them. I actually like that more, I think. Oh, did we have a bunch of other escorts here? Oh, wow, what the hell? Oh, were these guys on the edges of the screen? Oh, wow, so we could have done even more, could have been even more effective. My bad. I did not realize there were a pile of escorts there. Yeah, I think there might have not been enough room on the screen to sort of get them in there. That's okay. Repair, please. Alrighty, everybody, let's finish this. You guys switch to lock-on. I'm going to control our ships now a little bit, just so that they finish off the rest of this a little bit faster. Because there's not much battle left. We've already won, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, you guys over here. Oh, either something got destroyed or I heard a roar. You guys move over here. You switch to lock-on. How are we doing? You guys, keep away from this. Maintain broadsides or lightning strike because it's the only thing in range. Repair, please. Everybody to...
We stand ready.
Not to lock on, but to reload. And if this is the last ship, this battle's about to be over. There we go. I mean, I think this goes to show that this works pretty darn well against the Tyranids, so the commentary there was definitely correct, although once again the borders do very little to the actual Titans. They mostly annoy smaller enemy ships. It does do a decent job at clearing out the enemy fleet, though, I will admit, especially when you have like 60 escorts. When you have a lot fewer, like if we were to say have only like 20 escorts, that wouldn't do much more than hurt smaller light cruisers and escorts, but it wouldn't really harm battle cruisers or Titans, which you once again would have to deal with yourself. And in that regard, I think maybe if you don't have Corn Berserkers in the campaign, have to rely on the skirmish here, you're better off building a long-range, non-Cornate fleet when using Daemonic Infestation. And, well, in combination with Many-Eyed Prophet, as opposed to, you know, as opposed to Corn Berserkers, as I've already said. But still, it was a really fun fleet, a fun battle. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm surprised my computer didn't explode, at least at the start of it. And we would have won even more handily if I had paid attention to the other dozen or so escorts that we had extra, wherever the hell they were hiding on the edge of the screen. So once again, not sure what we're going to be trying out next time, but as always, don't forget to... drop any suggestions if you'd like to see something tested out just for the fun of it. Also, don't forget to leave a like and a comment for your friendly neighborhood heretic. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.